Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine, and this is going to be a new series that I'm starting called The Fool. Because we've all played the fool or try to play someone else for a fool, you know what I'm saying? Masculines, at least the masculines that I've been reading about. um, And again, this is supposed to be for people that are looking for a new relationship after having a disastrous one. Hopefully we've, learned some lessons so we don't repeat another disastrous situation. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we are in our pajamas because that's how we roll around here late night on my twin flame journey. You know what I mean? We keep it real. Sometimes we have a cup of coffee. Sometimes we're in our jammies. Sometimes we might even appear on camera. We never know. I'm going to try to switch it up. It might surprise you people. I don't really like being on camera, though. I'm not a camera person. We shall see. Again, this is for people looking for a new relationship after a disastrous one. And again, hoping we've learned some lessons so we don't repeat. Please keep in mind, again, that these readings are general. So take what resonates and leave the rest. To know what's going on in your personal situation, it's always best to get a personal reading. If you like a personal reading, all the information is below. If you would like to support the channel, good karma for you, good analytics for me, helps to boost the channel and we help more people on their journey. Hit the like button. Also hit the notifications button if you want to be alerted to whenever I upload a new video, because just being subscribed doesn't alert you. And also please subscribe, share, leave comments. Spread the word. You know what I'm saying? Help a sister out as I help you. Now, and again, masculine and feminine stand more for energy, not necessarily gender. So whichever one you resonate. Told you it's late. Whichever one we resonate with, that is the gender not the gender, the energy, would be all right. The energy that we're most dominant in. And obviously we're operating from the shadow aspects of the self. This is what my channel is about, helping people realize the shadow aspect, the things that need healing, the things that are causing us to be in karmic situations, karma that we came here to shed, that are in the forms of lessons that we need to learn so we stop repeating shit, right? It's about your soul's journey and evolution and your interactions with soulmates, soul group people, twin flames, whatever, whoever's in your path. It's to help you navigate and elevate. You know what I'm saying? This card represents the past situation, past experience, and why it ended, or it's going to end, depending on if you've got one foot out the door, or if you've been thinking about leaving a situation, or you've already left a situation. Did I already say that? I can't remember, but please, be nice. The second card here is the lesson that was learned or should have been learned in this situation. Third card is what aspect of the self still needs addressing or healing or needs to be worked on. This is these are the chakras. Here I use the chakra wisdom cards to help you know which chakras that are blocked. Maybe you need to work on. This is the current energy. This is kind of like the law of attraction section of your reading. The energy that we're sending out or we need to be sending out so that we can, manifest better things. This here is number 4. Yes, number 4. Who's coming towards you? The prospect, the new love prospect, what kind of person are they? And this represents that person's intentions or feelings towards you. And this is how might they impact your life. And then here is advice. Now, originally I was trying to stick to, the same number I wrote because I do freehand, whatever comes out. But I try to match, everybody's readings kind of the same. But you got 4 cards here. I asked for 1 more because the feminine had 2 and they kicked out 3. So I says, okay, I take the 3. You got 1 that says no here. I'm not sure what no means. That doesn't really help. Or maybe, well, we'll get to it. I might clarify it. And this, of course, is advice. Advice. And here's my les fous. I got these just so I can say les fous because it's funny to me, anyway. The bottom of the deck. They also have here 3 of Cups. We also have Wheel of Fortune. We also have Judgment. We have the 4 of Swords reversed. And we have the Star. And then we have the 5 of Cups. So, either we're hoping for some happiness. We might be hoping to reunite with some friends. This could also, 3s sometimes represent third-party situations, choosing between 2 people. Wheel of Fortune is, of course, like the karmic wheel, wanting things to change in our favor, or things are changing whether we like it or not. Judgment, either judgment is being passed upon us, karmic judgment, for our actions and choices and behaviors, or, we're wondering again if we can reconcile with someone, because judgment is also about reconciling, trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Compromise, coming out of a restful period here with the 4 swords in reverse. Star is about wishes and hopes and healing, because I'm feeling a little bit in the woes, having regrets. You know what I'm saying? 3 of Cups again was also celebration, accomplishments. Yeah, accomplishments. We'll be all right. Reunions, again, joy, happiness, protection, peace, the favor of the universe upon you. Maybe we're hoping for that. So it's about compassion and growth, good times, maybe wanting good times because we're feeling a bit jacked up at the moment. Change is difficult, or, being stuck in situations that aren't fulfilling, or we're not, applying ourselves in our lives, or just kind of coasting along, or whatever it is. I feel like some masculines are in the midst of feeling their stuff a bit. How did I get here? Looking at patterns, cycles, things that we repeat over and over, again, finding ourselves, same situations, different people, but the common denominator, again, is us, right? How are you showing up in every situation? And make sure that we're able to self-reflect, because that's being self-aware, and that's, if you can be self-aware, you have the opportunity to heal thyself. Because again, change begins when we start to, be honest about our own shit. A lot of the stuff that we do that get us in the pickles we find ourselves in is due to our own choices and actions, and getting to the root cause of why we make those choices, why we act the way that we do. Again, how did I get here? What is it about me that needs to change? What is it that I am not acknowledging about myself that needs healing? So I'm not repeating this stuff, so I can find happiness. So I can stop wearing masks. So I can stop running. Because a lot of masculines have been running. Now, see, I don't like to throw this out there because it can be confusing, but I myself have been trying to figure out a way. Again, like I said, my channel, I'm coming to discover as I've been going along here, what I've been guided, the messages I've been guided to give to help people heal through, certain karma. It's because it's what I've been through. So obviously, I guess that's why I've been led to it. That's why a lot of things still hit close to home. That's why some stuff really resonates with me because, well, I'm kind of in the group with everyone. I mean, I am a feminine, I am a twin flame. So again, a lot of these things that I speak on, it's because I've been through it and I've healed from it, or I'm in the process of healing. So again, any advice that I give, I try to take myself. Do I always take it? No, because I'm human just like you or anybody else, and I never try to pretend I'm perfect, have all the answers. Even if I have the answers, do I, follow the answers? Can give good advice, but can't take your own advice. We're all here. We're all fucking up in our own way. So you're amongst good company. We're all here trying to, again, figure out our stuff. So, I don't even know what I was saying. I wanted to try to figure out a way because it always seems, I don't want to say redundant, but the energy is the energy. And obviously, masculine and feminine, again, don't stand for specifically gender. It's the energy. And both people carry both masculine and feminine within them. Now, their root soul can be, either masculine or feminine rooted. At the deepest core, they hold that energy the most, but also have the feminine or the masculine. Like I said, they have both. And it's about coming into balance with both with each other. Now, some people might wonder, well, every reading for the masculine, it's always about the masculine is doing, the lying, the whatever. It's like, yeah, well, that's if they're working out of the lower self. That's how these readings can come about. But there might also be some masculines, or I'm wondering, I don't know, like, because I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend like I'm the all spiritual knowing of whatever. I'm trying to figure it out myself. Could there be some masculines who are, but again, they would be more probably in the feminine energy. I guess maybe I'm going on a spiel for nothing to say, is there a way that I can flip these readings so that, the masculines were on the receiving end of the lies and the whatever? But I'm like, but if that's the case, then maybe they would be more on the feminine energy. So like I said, maybe I just went on that whole tangent for nothing. I'm sorry. But I'm like, I was trying to figure out, well, as I'm giving you this reading, can I flip it? Or because I always don't like to seem like the masculine's readings is always so negative, like they're the big heel in the deal. The majority of them are. But again, like I said, I probably just went on the spiel for nothing because I probably answered my own question. Then they would fit more on the feminine's energy, so never mind. Anyway, jeez, that was terrible. I don't even know how long I was doing that for. On that spiel. Past experience and why it ended. Right? The lesson that was learned, it should have been learned. We've already done this. Would ask for the self that still needs healing, addressing, and needs to be worked on. Current energy that we're admitting, the law of attraction, the chakras we need to work on. Who's coming towards you? Again, the new love, what they're like. This is their feelings or intentions. And again, this is how might they impact your life and advice. I figured I should just go through it again. Maybe I didn't need to do that either. I don't know. Like I said, it's late. A lot of extra shit here that I don't need to do. But I didn't. You probably forgot what this was as I went on my tangent. Anyway, Queen of Swords and the reverse is the past experience of why it ended or why something is currently ending. Now, Queen of Swords in reverse, either somebody's cutting you out or you cutting somebody out, because again, this is male, female, it doesn't matter. This could be you. This could be the person you're dealing with. This could be a current situation, again, or a past situation, or both, if both people are holding this energy. This is somebody who is, again, is cut ties with someone, cutting somebody out, or being pretty cutthroat with their words. This is somebody that's a real, wouldn't want to cross this person. Now, overly emotional again. Could be somebody overly emotional, or you feel is overly emotional, or you're overly emotional. Bitchy, cold-hearted, resentful, need to use the head more and gain better clarity. Relationships might be clouding your usually clear vision. Again, if this is you, um, need to refocus our goals and direction. This is somebody who's devoid of emotion or compassion for others. Like I said, somebody who doesn't give a shit who they hurt. And if this is you, shame. If it's somebody you're dealing with, you better get out of there. This is isolating oneself. This is someone who can be seen as narrow-minded, loses their support base, which means, they lose relationships because, they're showing up like this. This is also because somebody can be like a liar, mind games, mental manipulations, just a real tyrant. So again, if this is you, again, you might be losing relationships because of this behavior. This is also cutting away and clearing. Again, cutting people out. Either you're cutting people out, or again, somebody cut you out. Someone who can be intolerant and mean. So again, I don't know if this is you or the person you're dealing with, or dealt with in the past. Now, this is the lesson that was learned or should have been learned. This is the world. This is about cycles, completing cycles. Stop repeating shit. Going round and round in circles. Because again, we're showing up the same, or we're allowing others to show up the same. Again, it takes two to tango. So usually these karmic situations, or if this is what you were involved in, they're there to teach you something about yourself. And if you don't learn the lesson, you just repeat it with another person. So again, if we need to stop again repeating cycles, this is also the world talks about travel. Maybe we moved somewhere that now we regret moving. Maybe it was far away from our original home, or maybe we're needing to try to find a way how to go back home. Again, but this is about mostly cycles. Try to be future looking as well. This is a completion of a journey or a new beginning, to allow for new beginnings, not to stay in situations for the wrong reasons, holding up our own progress and growth. Again, just karmic stuff, until the universe comes in and shakes you out of that, or it gets so bad that you got to leave. And again, and if you're leaving and not learning, you're just going to repeat. New beginnings after cycle, world travel. Again, as I spoke of, attaining a long-held dream. So maybe we're needing to not give up on our dreams as well. Coming full circle. This is also marriage. Attainment of enlightenment. Again, learning from experiences. Evolution, evolve, change within ourselves, show up differently so we have different outcomes. And perhaps to just being aware more of these patterns of behavior, these cycles, karma, like all this shit is very real, which is why when we feel like nothing's ever changing, everything always seems to happen the same way, whatever, it's like, well, if you're being the same every time, that's why. If you want something to be different, you have to be different. And a lot of times, we find ourselves again in our conditioning, in our wounding, operating from a lower self, the wounded self, the low self-esteem self, the shady self for some masculines, using people for what they can, using people as means to an end for some. And again, if there's, and as these masculine readings have been going, if you were the one who was used or whatever, you probably resonate more with the feminine's video. Um, but and again, it's about cycles and knowing when to end them, right? Now, what aspect of the self, of yourself, still needs addressing, healing, or to be worked on? The Eight of Cups in the upright talks about, walking away from emotionally unfulfilling things. Um, because we want something better. And in the reverse, it's like not doing that. Again, staying in situations that don't make us happy, that aren't emotionally fulfilling, but we're doing it because we don't know how to end cycles. We don't know how to step up for ourselves. This is hopelessness, aimlessly drifting. Maybe that's how you've been feeling, like you've been going through life, just kind of aimlessly drifting and feeling like, bad luck keeps falling upon me. But again, we have to look at our history. It's all about accountability. We are where we are due to choices and actions that we took and that we made. And the question is always, well, why did I do that? Did I do it out of fear? Did I do it because I didn't want to step up? Whatever your stuff is, it's asking the hard questions so we can get those aha moments and figure out how to get ourselves out of our own way. Aimlessly drifting, walking away, feeling confused about where one's best options lie, wants to explore new opportunities, but fears doing so. Again, fear leaving out of our comfort zone because we fear the unknown. We fear stepping up, putting in the work. So we stay in comfortable situations that are providing things for us to sustain us while we are just kind of coasting along, feeling sorry for ourselves, being in our regrets, but not doing anything really to change anything. This is also, you might miss out on what the current circumstances have to offer. It's also knowing when to walk away. Again, knowing when to end cycles. Unsure if one wants to walk away. Again, being in confusion because change requires effort. Change requires accountability, responsibility, and some people are just wanting to coast. They're not wanting to rip that Band-Aid off. They're not wanting to step up to the plate. Some are just tired, but haven't even really applied themselves to be tired. They're just maybe tired of living a lie, always having to wear masks, which has been what these masculine readings have been showing. Again, being in codependent situations, just again filling voids, meeting needs, pacifying our wounds and not addressing core issues. Hopeless, aimlessly drifting from one place to another, again, from one relationship to another. As I always make jokes about the homosexual people that enter into relationships, they don't have to be homeless. But it's not even about being homeless. Only if you want to mooch, only if you want a ready-made situation, because, people can get roommates. But a roommate's going to require people to still be financially responsible for their contribution. But people that enter into relationship after relationship, they want someone else to handle that stuff. They want to not have to worry about contributing or not. Everything's already taken care of. Plus they have company, plus they have someone. Again, it's about stroking one's ego, filling the void, building somebody up because they feel low about themselves, but not really applying themselves to change anything. So again, just in this karmic cycle and not seeing the big picture of, again, why things happen, why we are where we are. What about me needs to change because I'm unhappy? I keep going into these situations hoping that it's going to be different and then getting disappointed when it's not. But again, it's how are we showing up? Repeating things. So also can't stand to be confined to just one place. So maybe that's also why we enter into situations that we're not too emotionally invested in. Maybe for some masculines, they can't be invested emotionally in it because you got something that's a little bit more serious. As I mentioned, also narcissistic personality disorder a lot. And I'm not here to diagnose anybody. You'd have to go to a therapist and figure out what's what. But, if you seem to be in a repeated pattern of behavior that is hurtful to yourself and other people, and this is how it's been your whole life, there has to be some deeper issue that you're needing to really get help with. um, if because to have someone to help yourself to figure out those aha moments, connect those dots. And a lot of stuff stems from childhood shit, as I've mentioned in all my readings too. So again, if this is an ongoing life pattern that you have, I suggest really loving yourself enough to dig deep and heal before you deal again. Because again, we're just bringing all of our stuff into a new situation, and we're just going to be karmic again and again. Runs away instead of dealing with issues head on. This is also the Eight of Cups in reverse. But no matter where you go, there you are. You can't keep running your whole life. That's why some people are exhausted, because they keep running from themselves, running from responsibilities, running from accountability, afraid to look in the mirror, afraid to admit to certain things, certain character traits that it might not be so appealing or nice or good or virtuous or whatever it is, whatever aspect of you that it might be behaving in a way that's not completely honest. There's a lot of masculines have been having lying issues. That's why the advice from the universe is constantly trying to say, stop with the lying, stop with the deception, stop with the stuff. It's time to face who we are and what do we need to change so that we can be happy, so that we can not be being like this. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to be like that. Nobody wants to be left like that by somebody who's like this to begin with. Again, it's like leaving casualties of war behind, because we're at war with ourselves. Now, this is who is coming towards you, the new love, what kind of person are they? This is Three of Wands. So this is somebody who is, perhaps they're looking for you, dear. Somebody who's waiting for their ships to come in as well. This is someone who's also committed to future planning, aware of impending challenges and opportunities, but is, not shying away from them. Someone who's willing to engage in self-exploration, which is good, because you want someone who, again, has knowledge of self, who is self-aware. Because, again, if we don't own our own shit, if we're not accountable for our own shit, if we're not self-aware, we're just bringing chaos and drama into situations. That's what it says. It's someone who's committed to their healing, to their spiritual path, to their growth. This is good. This is somebody who's willing to look at themselves and work on the things that they feel need improving. Someone who prepares for challenges. Someone who possibly has their own business. Someone who's interested in learning new things, studying new things. Someone who looks towards expansion and progress. Has vision, for the future, is looking optimistically, towards the future for greater possibilities. Someone who is bold, and is wanting to take leaps of faith to develop who they are as a person. They're always looking to develop who they are as a person. That's pretty, I'd say that's pretty good there, masculine. Now this is their feelings and intentions towards you. Well, This is the Hermit in the reverse, and the Hermit in the upright. It's a sign of Virgo. It doesn't have to be a Virgo. I hate using the signs because it really just confuses people. When they say, you could be dealing with an air sign or this sign, it's like, but people have so many signs in their chart that it's kind of ridiculous to put signs to the cards, I think. Anyway, but again, this is somebody who's soul searching, introspection, someone who's also alone, who's following their inner guidance, someone who's going within and try to seek wisdom, etc. This is someone who's, again, isolated, lonely, withdrawn. So even though they're trying to look towards the future, they're trying to make whatever, they might be a person who's, a bit of a hermit. Or maybe, again, they're focusing so much on their future or on their career, maybe they don't get out much, so I don't know how you're going to find them unless it's somebody you already know. Someone who also is focusing inward, looking for answers within, understanding the truth and wisdom that you seek is within. So they're very spiritually in tune. Again, they kind of know the path, or they're trying to discover the path. The path to enlightenment, the path to spiritual growth and evolution, the path to shedding karma, the path to wisdom, knowledge of self, spiritual knowledge, whatever career, I don't know what they're doing. But this is somebody who is soul searching, who's someone who's on the journey of self-discovery. Someone perhaps who's seeking solitude from others. They might feel like they need to be alone now, or they have felt that way. Again, maybe trying to discover themselves. Some of them might be healing if you're dealing with past people that you were shitty towards, you know what I'm saying? Someone who's self-reflecting and contemplating, meditating, looking at life with deeper spiritual perspective. Someone who's also content with being alone. Or with those that they feel are on their level, their spiritual level. Especially if this is someone you dealt with from the past who has learned a very painful lesson and is now not willing to put up with anybody in any treatment that is less than what they deserve. They're ready to cut people out, or maybe they cut you out because they realize that they deserve better if you weren't treating them well. Again, this could be a past person. This could be someone who has dealt with somebody else besides you. This could be someone, because this is obviously, we're leaving a current situation or moving towards something else, whether that be with someone from the past or somebody new. This is also someone who turns away from materialism. They help others with detachment. So they're a helpful person, a spiritual person. They're trying to follow their life path and purpose. So this is what they're bringing to the table, in other words. So they're looking for their counterpart. So if you're approaching this person who's on this path, and they're serious about their growth, they're seriously about their healing, they're serious about their life purpose here, or they're trying to find their way. They're trying to align themselves with people that are on this new level. So that's why I always been telling the masculines, watch how you show up. Because if you haven't learned, changed, or grown, if you're trying to go back to somebody who has, you more than likely won't have a chance, because they're not going to go backwards for you. But if you are willing to do the same and meet them, then perhaps there's a chance for some people to work things out. But you could also be meeting somebody that you haven't dealt with before, but they've also been through something as you've been through something. Now, the last one here is, how might they impact your life? Well, this is the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is all about leaving the pains of the past behind and moving towards a happier future. So if this is somebody new that you're going to meet after you're trying to heal from a situation that you were in, then you might kind of help each other to get over whatever stuff that you both have gone through in other situations. If this is someone from the past, if you're able to work something out with them, perhaps again, it's the same message. You both be healing and working towards going towards a more peaceful future. Or again, this is us leaving a current situation and just trying to put it all behind you. You know what I mean? Because either way, I think the masculine is ready to get out of their own sad state, stagnant state, repetitive things, unhappy, whatever. Everybody's looking for change. Everybody's looking to move on. But this is, I guess, what they're going to, this is also traveling to see someone, could be, because this is over water. Some masculines, again, might be at a distance from people. And again, and maybe if you're dealing with someone from the past, maybe again, this person is waiting for you to return. Depends on who you're dealing with. I don't want to put out any kind of whatever. Because again, this is general, but I'm trying to throw out different ways that these can be read here, because there are so many. Now, this is your chakras that you need to work on. This is the crown, which is the gray. Then we have the third eye. So you're obviously needing to be a hermit yourself. Dig deep within and into that intuition and spiritual side of yourself, your higher self, your higher knowing. Because obviously it's high time that we learn lessons, learn to be different, show up different, again, being responsible and accountable for the energy that we bring and the energy that we allow into our lives. Being more discerning, not scattered and all over the place and operating from the lower self or out of fear-based energies or low self-esteem or whatever is your stuff here, your pattern. This is about gaining wisdom here in the heart chakra, especially in regards to our emotions, our ability to be empathetic to others, put ourselves in other people's shoes, again, especially if we treat people as means to an end. It's about, stop running away from ourselves, our responsibilities, our accountabilities, because we fear the pain that might come from that truth. Learning to love ourselves, to stop again finding ourselves in repeating cycles, unhappy situations, shooting ourselves in the foot, leaving bodies behind us, because we're at war with ourselves again. Gaining the wisdom of the heart, again, learning to make choices that are heart-based and not ego-based. And then we have here the sacral chakra, which is the orange. And this is again about completion. This is about completion. Knowing when it's time to get the fuck out, to move on, to change, to stop going around and round in circles, letting things end that need to end. Even again, aspects of ourselves, gaining that wisdom. This is about having faith, and you got release. So you got release and completion. You have two cards here about letting something go that's unfulfilling emotionally. Something that's emotionally draining and we're not happy here. And we're needing to, again, learn from the experience, learn what role that we play in these situations, and stop the pattern, change the program. Because the program is causing us to, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what you got here for release. I can no longer keep your secrets. So perhaps again, we're needing to be honest about something. We're needing to speak a truth. We need to stop living a life of secrecy and hidden agendas and deceptions and whatever you got going on here, or allowing that towards us. Um, Inspiration message. This is about personal responsibility and release of blame. Again, because we can't blame the past, we can't blame our parents, we can't blame Joe Schmo from Idaho. We are where we are due to our own choices and how we show up for ourselves. If we don't apply ourselves, if we're lazy, if we skate by, if we look to get taken care of, if we don't believe in ourselves, again, or put in any effort, if we just whatever the case is, again, we're needing to take an honest redress of our lives and our whatever. And again, we have no one to blame but ourselves. Um, So it's about personal responsibility again and accountability for our own choices and actions and how we show up and release blame, release blame on others. But again, this isn't all about to get all in our woes about shoulda, woulda, couldas and all this stuff either. It's about acknowledging and from this day forward, promising yourself that you're going to do better, that you're not going to repeat that, or you're not going to be that way again. So it's not even sitting there just blaming yourself, because then you can get deep into that shit too. And it's not about that. It's about acknowledging, healing, and releasing it. Evolving in yourself. It's time to clear the debris and move on. You cannot move forward while you continue to hide. And again, hiding from ourselves, hiding from the truth, because we're afraid of how other people might perceive us. We're afraid what that would mean if we actually admitted certain things, because then again, it causes us to take an honest look at ourselves. And a lot of times we don't want to do that. We want to make excuses for or try to justify what we did because, well, I had to this, that, and the other. But again, it's like this, it's always a choice. We don't have to enter into relationships to get taken care of unless, again, this is a childhood wounding that we're trying to pacify. It's more than just, someone to share the bills with. If you're moving into situations where you're not contributing anything and you're just mooching along and someone else's whatever, and there's some deeper issues there. So again, a lot of masculines and feminines have this financial karma in this lifetime. I have it myself, due to past lifetimes. If you were in any kind of communal living situation, like I was a nun in a past life, so that kind of fits with that. I'm needing to learn how to be more self-sufficient on my own, not dependent on another, a codependent kind of situation for our survival. It can come in different ways, but again, a lot of masculines have that same thing, the financial karma. You seem to have just bad luck or bad, you don't handle money well. You may have difficulty just acquiring it, whatever your thing is, but this is like part of a challenge, the test that you came here to pass, the things that you gave yourself or that were given to you to overcome so that you can, level up in this bullshit game that we're in here. Ugh, trust me. It says we're all in it together. We're all doing the same shit, trying to deal with past life crap, this life crap. But we all got to hang in there. Personal inquiry again. This indicates healing family of origin issues. Am I ready to face my past and let go? Family of origin, again, where it all started. And for a lot of us, masculines and feminine alike, it all started in childhood. What did love look like to me as a child? if you grew up in an abusive household, if you grew up in a household where you felt neglected. Again, there's fears of abandonment. That's why people jump from relationship to relationship. They can't be alone. Again, repeating the dynamics that one saw, even if it was dysfunctional. Usually you take on the behavior traits of one parent while seeking out the behavior traits of another parent in your partners. Again, so we're just repeating the cycle. And again, and it usually stems from self-worth, not feeling loved, not feeling good enough, not feeling chosen, not feeling whatever your wounding is at the root issue. This is where it all started. And that's why we showed up the way we showed up in our lives. And it always comes back to self-love, self-respect. And if you don't have that for yourself, you're not going to give it to other people. And this is how we attract these karmic situations. And this is all part of the lessons that we came here to learn. It's always guiding us back to ourselves. So we don't have to wear masks. We don't have to lie. We don't have to be dishonest or afraid to be who we are. Whatever it is for you. Getting to the root issue. That's why I think it's always good for everyone to see a therapist. Sometimes talk shit up, because you'll discover a lot of stuff that you didn't even know you could associate with childhood. So that's why I always choose these kind of partners. That's why I've always felt that way about myself. Whatever it is for you. So there's my little nudge to psychology, because that's what all of this is. It's all a mixture of psychology and spirituality. Your soul here on a human journey. And a human journey is based in its own ego, its own perception, its own body, mind connection. Our experiences make us who we are. So in essence, we're a soul trying to follow our higher self, or to remember our higher self, as we're battling the 3D human ego that's been through all kinds of shit here. And it's trying to decode the bullshit from what's real and what matters. And what matters is you and your healing, your growth, your evolution, you becoming the best you can be, you overcoming all of these challenges and limitations that you've put on yourself subconsciously, or how you grew up, whatever your circumstances may be. But again, it's all part of your story, your journey. And it's, again, tapping into the spiritual aspect of all this stuff, because that'll really start to open your eyes to the reason why all things happen. And if we can, again, have the ability to self-reflect and not be afraid to dig deep, go into the past, look in the mirror, ask those hard questions, this is what's going to bring our breakthrough. This is going in, being the hermit, and discovering your own light, a light that you forgot that you had. And that'll help renew your faith and your love, and your ability to open your heart and to love from a true, authentic place, because you're loving yourself. You're doing the work. Because again, you can't run forever. Well, you'll be coming back in the next life repeating this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Key ideas: release, dwelling on the past, righteous anger, change in consciousness, judgment day, seeing clearly, hidden truths, and great discovery. Keywords are healing, remission, and integration. Integrating the light and dark aspects, becoming one with it, because everybody's got both. Nobody here is truly light. Like, this is what we battle with here. But it's about, again, judgment day, self-judgment, taking a hard look at ourselves, our repeating cycles, what we need to leave behind, things even about ourselves that don't make us happy, what we need to move towards, the enlightenment that we need to seek, the being, getting out of our comfort zones and being open to expansion and growth and being future looking, investing in oneself. And then we have faith. I am more than I think that I am. Inspiration message, what frightens you is something much smaller than you know. If you are experiencing pain, holding on tighter will only worsen the situation. Your greatness awaits. So again, it's about if we can release what's holding us back, that's even including our own negative self-talk, negative thoughts, putting that out there, being in fear mode or woeist mode or whatever it is, because we just get more of that. It's needing to, again, look at things from a different perspective, get on the path to healing, releasing the shit that doesn't serve us so that we can move towards our destiny, the destiny that we want to create for ourselves. But that depends, again, on how we show up. Personal inquiry, I have a tremendous amount of personal magnetism. Am I willing to allow myself to shine? And that's the question. Learning to get out of our own way. We all do it. We all do it. For whatever reason, negative self-talk, whatever. It's like some people are, that's another karmic thing to get over. Believing in yourself, having a healthy self-esteem, encouraging yourself, not giving up on your dreams or your goals, or constantly working on yourself. Whoever's coming towards you, that's the path that they're on. So, whether this is someone you want to go back to or someone that you'll have an opportunity to meet, but you have to also be on that path and be willing to be on that path. Have faith that you are more than you think you are, that you can become more than what you've been. But you got to believe it. What do they say? See it, believe it, achieve it, right? Personal inquiry, I already read that. Key ideas, narrow focus, miracles all around, not following wise counsel, not accepting your gifts, using energy in a self-defeating way. Keywords are gifts, muse, and fear. So again, needing to release the fear that we're not good enough, that we'll never have, that we can't, whatever. It's like both people. And it says, and I don't say nothing, and advice that I don't try to take myself. It's like learning to love yourself is truly the greatest gift of all. Because once you do that, nothing can stop you. Nothing will faze you. You'll be unfuckable with, because you'll have a healthy self-esteem, and you'll realize, again, the higher meaning of all this shit, and you'll step into your own power, and you'll get on your path to healing, and again, to becoming whatever it is that you're meant to become. And it doesn't have to be anything super great and fantastical. You don't have to be world known, but it's whatever that accomplishment is for you. It's to get you moving towards that and not settling for less than, or settling for being less than you're meant to be. Like it says, I try to believe it myself. We all need those pep talks. We all need those boosts, especially if life has just been, shitty thing after shitty thing, even if it is due to our own bad choices. Again, because we're operating from a place of ego, of fear, of conditioning, of wounding. And a lot of times, like it says, there's a lot of adults, broken children walking around in adult bodies. A lot of people don't even realize, it's connecting those dots. I told you, psychology, go see a therapist, work that shit out. Wisdom is the next one. Wisdom is knowing the difference between a calculated risk and stupidity. Yes, but sometimes we realize that afterwards. Well, I guess that's what it's saying, right? We learn. We live and learn. Inspiration message, is there some wise counsel that you have sought only to ignore it? Are you trying to do things alone? A solution may come from those more experienced than yourself. Stay in the present moment and do not let your thoughts jump ahead. So try to be present, try to get grounded. Again, try to get keep that hope alive. And if you're getting wise counsel and ignoring it, even that involves spirit's counsel. They know more than we do. That's for damn sure. And they're trying to help us all wake the fuck up, get our heads out of our asses and see this place for what it is. Get out of the illusion, wake up to our full potential, change the programming because it's all fucked up. And there's stuff out here that it's purposely done to fuck you up, whether it's family situations you're born into, that you choose supposedly to kind of set the stage, so to speak. But you also have to deal with the multitude of agendas that are going on in the world. They're all trying to program you and conform you and feed you about all this shit about who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to have and there's all kinds of stuff. And it's about, they're trying to get you some spiritual wisdom to see through all this shit, to see through the illusion, and again, to wake up, to your full potential, especially if you're a twin flame. You really came here to incur a lot of shit, to go through a lot of stuff, and you have more. But there's a reason for that. It's supposed to not only help you, but help the collective. If you look up the 144,000 twin flames, that was their purpose. So you're definitely here to do something greater than what you even realize. They try to tell you you're more than what you think you are. And for many of you, as we have over here, the feminine also had the fairies card, and you have the fairies card. So I might be reading for some masculines and feminines who are indeed descended elementals. And that's why these fairy cards keep trying to come out to remind you that you are more than human Joe Schmo from Idaho. You've had past lives. Your true self may very well be a being of the elemental race. Is that what I would call it? So they're really trying to reiterate the time to wake up to your divinity. If you are a twin flame here, reincarnated, descended elemental incarnated here to go through the human experience. Personal inquiry, do I go with my heart or against it? Am I ready to live in leadership? You always see these King of Wands come out. King of Wands and Queen of Wands, they're another two. They're fire energy, but they're also they're leaders, natural born leaders. Well, all the court, the kings and queens are, but more especially the Wands ones. And they're also kind of in with the fairy realm. So isn't the Empress. So, it's about being a leader, not coasting along, not being afraid again to step into your own power, take control of your life. You're the co-creator. Every choice that you make keeps you stuck in your current situation, or it keeps you forward moving. It's your choice, what you do every day. Key ideas: wise counsel, focused energy, honoring yourself, contribution, again, giving, not just taking, being chosen, contentment, and transformation, allowing this experience, whatever you've been through, to transform you. Keywords: maturity, tranquility, and support. And then lastly, we have completion. This is again the sacral chakra. Inspiration message: this is a reminder to cherish all the beauty in your life, including endings. So again, if we're leaving situations, leaving ways of being behind, whatever it is, honor that, allow cycles to end, because this is part of what you're needing to realize here. When it's time to go, it's time to go. Reflect upon your part in history and discover what you value most. Again, owning our own sides of the street, reflecting upon the role that we played in every situation that we have found ourselves in that have caused us disharmony or broken other people's hearts, or your own heart. Do not fear completion, but embrace it. So again, don't fear the unknown. Don't fear moving on. Don't fear getting out of your comfort zone, especially if you know you're in something that you don't have no place in being. It's karmic. It's there to teach you about something, about how you're showing up. Keywords are achievement, determination, and fulfillment. Key ideas are honoring your legacy. a natural ending to a grand adventure, a new beginning on the horizon, a new adventure, honoring those who give to us. And also, it's also about appreciating, not just taking advantage of people, but actually appreciating what it is that they did give to you. And maybe we're needing to learn to be more giving of ourselves and not just receiving. For a lot of people, it was figuring that balance as well in relationships, equal give and take. As I mentioned here, the fairies, you have a strong bond with the fairies, and your life purpose involves helping Mother Nature or helping the collective, especially if, again, you're a descended elemental. Whether you believe in that stuff or not is not my saying. But again, this came out for the feminine and the masculine. So again, you might be coming into contact with somebody who is your twin flame, who is another descended elemental, who is on that path of enlightenment, who is working on themselves, who kind of probably has some spiritual knowledge, or is working on doing stuff to help others. So they're kind of on their divine path. So that's kind of hinting to some of you that if we let our situation go that we're in now, or the pain of something that might have ended before, that we're still clinging to, or a current situation we're needing to get out of, or a way of being that we're needing to stop showing up as, they're encouraging you to do that, because right around the corner you could have your divine partner there. And then you also have ascended masters. Powerful, loving, wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. So they're wanting to let you know that follow the guidance that you've been getting. Listen to your inner knowing. Love yourself enough to let go of things that aren't serving you. Getting out of situations that are comfort zones, but you're not growing. Everything is stagnant. You're being all in the woes. You're not taking lead, taking charge, taking control over your life. You're not, asking the hard questions. You're not willing to look in the mirror. You're not willing to be accountable or release shit or whatever, but you need to. You need to be le fou. This is all about, being fearless in regards to the steps that you're going to take to your path of healing. As long as you're walking on that path, you can't go wrong, right? So they want to let you know, invest in yourself, invest in your future, and get the let out. Visualize success. Seeing yourself doing well in this situation, having faith in a positive outcome. Again, try to think positive. Don't fear the change or be all in whatever. Be like, okay, well, once I'm out of this, or once I let go of this, the possibilities are endless, right? Try to think positive. Speak positive things into your life, not fear and negative stuff, because it's, heal away addictions. It's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. So again, they're wanting you to heal yourself, so you stop hurting yourself and hurting other people, or allowing them to hurt you, whatever's the situation here. Addictions could be, again, addicted to our own self-destructive behavior, addicted to stinking thinking, addicted to drugs or alcohol or sex addictions, or, lying problems, or whatever we've got that's got to go. Workshops and seminars, attending and giving speeches as part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. They're asking you also be open to learning. Don't be so hard-headed. Don't be so in the ego that we don't want to accept certain truths and we're refusing to be whatever. And like I said, I don't tell you nothing. I sit here and argue with my guides all the time, and they get mad and they throw out the cards, and they're like, no, you're going to listen to what the fuck we got to say. They get mad when I keep telling them, I don't want to hear it, no, whatever. They don't care. They want you to be open to learning and to not be hard-headed, especially, again, if you are a twin flame, especially if you are here for a bigger purpose. It's time to get out of your own way, get out of your own ego, You know, be open to learning from experiences and moving the fuck on, or getting yourself out of your own way. Um, you know, this is also about teaching. So maybe some of you have some kind of path that you need to be going on that involves teaching and learning, perhaps even about what you've been through, or maybe you're on some kind of spiritual, you do some kind of spiritual work too. Or maybe you need to go to one of these and you'll meet this person who's also on the path. That's another possibility. That might be where you meet your person. You are profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. So if you've been feeling like you've been getting some intuitive hits, you know, synchronicities, repeated themes, that's the universe trying to get your attention. You know, comes in dreams, repeating number, like triple numbers, you know, keep seeing the same bird or butterfly or whatever all the time. Look that shit up. Those are messages. You know, whatever your intuition has been trying to guide you to do, not the fear voice. Think of the angel on the shoulder and the little devil, right? You got the one that's trying to lead you to the whatever, and then you got the other one talking shit. No, don't do that because whatever. Well, we got to do this. It's just like the cartoon. Singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. So maybe you should be happy and singing and dancing. You can leave something behind that's not fulfilling anymore. Also, above this helps with your mood. So try to listen to upbeat stuff. Don't listen to depressive shit. Um, Also, you know, this binaural beats that kind of help with law of attraction or releasing, doing some chakra work or whatever it is. Or maybe you're artistic. Maybe you do something involving music. You know, maybe that's part of your path too. So they're trying to get you to, again, follow whatever you've been being guided towards. And then we have communicate clearly. So obviously, we're needing to speak honestly, speak a truth, whether it's to somebody that we're with, someone from the past, or someone that we're coming towards. I have a feeling this is somebody from the past, just like the feminines was someone from the past. And that's why I told her, you know, to say it all the time. Don't come in with any lies. They're trying to hide stuff because we want to, you know, look good. But again, you don't, no, lies don't look good, I can tell you. And then they tell you, hey, if you believe. So, if, like I said, see it, believe it, achieve it, right? If you believe that you can become better, if you believe you can have better, and if you put in the effort, you know, you can have it. Something here says no. I don't know what that is. But it says no forgiveness. So maybe you're needing to not forgive somebody who's being a tyrant towards you, and you're needing to move on from that situation and move towards meeting someone who might be your twin flame. Um, or you're needing to ask for forgiveness, and that's why you're needing to communicate clearly, needing to be clear and honest. And maybe the no is no fibbing, no lying. Let's see. Why? Why no? For the masculine. Why no? Why no? Why no for the masculine? Why no? Change, doubt, generosity. So maybe they're saying that, you know, embrace change, let go of your fears or your doubts, embrace, you know, new opportunities. This kind of reminds me of like the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Cups or the Ace of Wands or the Ace of whatever. It's that hand holding an opportunity here to start anew. So maybe don't fear that. Don't fear, again, doubt, don't fear change, or don't worry, have worries and fears in regards to, new opportunities. Stop, look, and listen. Bad news, sexual attraction. So they're obviously wanting you to take a look at something, pay attention to something in regards to relationships, whether that's what one you're in now or one you're trying to move towards. Bad news is also fearing the worst, or they might be telling you that one situation is bad, maybe one you shouldn't keep investing in. Um, Jealousy. This is obviously somebody taking off a mask. So this could be fears or revealing ourselves, or they're trying to warn you, don't be deceptive, don't put on a mask. As I was saying, make sure how you come across is a person of honesty and integrity. Or like I says, or they could be warning you about somebody that you were dealing with. But again, I feel like then you would fall more onto the feminine energy, feminine readings. Because again, masculine doesn't mean that you're a man and the feminine is a woman. So again, it's the energy. So whatever's hitting home for you, whether you're male and you resonate with the feminine, or female and resonate with the masculine. Um, Let me see what else. Communicate clearly. You have clarity. So maybe be clear in your communication. Obviously, that's what it says here. Communicate clearly. The Lovers. Maybe because you've come to an understanding about something involving a romantic relationship and revolving a big decision that you need to make. Because the Lovers in the traditional one also talks about a choice that's going to impact you in the long term. Barrier. So you know that there's a barrier. You know that there's something that's not reaping any emotional benefit, that there's something you feel stuck in, or you're keeping yourself stuck. But again, maybe it's time to reveal ourselves, be honest, be clear in our communication about how we feel, what we've come into awareness about. Something. Love yourself first, though. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. It says it again. And if you're a person who is putting in the work and effort, showing that you want to change, a person who can be accountable and be honest and not, shrink down and wear masks out of fear, that's showing yourself self-respect. And that is definitely attractive, because I tell you, somebody who's honest is far more attractive than someone who lies. Someone who's loyal and faithful is much more attractive than someone who's a cheat, and who, when opportunity poses itself, their loyalty switches up. Someone who's working on themselves, who's spiritually aware, is much more attractive than somebody who's all in their shadow shit and got all kinds of vices and addictions and bad behavior. And so again, that's why it says you can't really love someone else until you learn to love yourself, because we treat people how we feel about ourselves, right? So Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So maybe you're needing some assistance here, or you're wanting to offer some assistance, or you're wanting to make some kind of offer, but you're doubtful, you're uncertain. Um, so they're encouraging you to expand your circle and either give assistance or ask for assistance if you might need it to kind of get you through this, or again going out with friends, maybe to one of those meditation workshops or something. Maybe that'll get you out and meeting somebody. We also have here forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So again, this is about forgiving ourselves for the shit that we done, trying to forgive other people, trying to again live and learn and apply the lessons and work on ourselves, change. Don't let it all be for nothing. Don't repeat cycles. Or maybe we needed to ask for forgiveness because we got forgiveness here too. Or give forgiveness, something. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So this is about, extending ourselves, making offers, putting ourselves out there, releasing ourselves from stagnant situations or ways of being or whatever it is. Try to keep it light. Try to get out of the woes. Try to be future looking. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. So let go and let God. Just try to release your fears and do what you can. Let go of control issues, because a lot of times we stay stuck because we're trying to control our environments, our situations, outcomes, people, out of a way to protect ourselves out of fear. So again, if we're fearing releasing ourselves from current situations because we're fearing the unknown or the future or what's going to happen, or having to hold ourselves, be responsible, we're needing to let go of that and be fearless. Go towards calmer waters. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So again, communicate clearly. Obviously somebody needs to talk about something with somebody. And then we have here, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership, and then passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So this could be saying, if we're completely leaving something from the past behind and looking to meet a completely new person, maybe they're saying, hey, if you get out there, or you might meet your supposed to be your divine partner, you might have, a conversation with this person, and it might be something you should look into pursuing. This person might help you to heal, might help you to get, although again, it's not someone else's responsibility. We have to heal ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Or if we're trying to go back to someone from the past, they're telling you to give your relationship a chance, be honest, say what you got to say, but put in the work into yourself. Walk the, well, don't talk a lot and deliver something else. You know what I'm saying? And on that note, my dear, I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. Please like, subscribe, share, leave comments, etc., etc. And I wish you luck, masculine. And until the next time, be le fou. Bye-bye.